Salutations, everybody. My name is Monkey Captain from the Guys of the Games, back with some more Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I'm in here in Act 1 because I did in fact decide, maybe it's a bit of a waste, but I decided to save that one skill point just so I could pop it into Engorge and get it to start off with. But also off screen I went ahead and did this, so I shopped myself a nice shield from what's-her-face, Farah. And I went ahead and farmed up the runes here to get us to Ancient's Pledge, and there you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That gets us some nice maxed out resistances across the board, except for lightning, which is pretty nice. I wasn't originally going to do that, but it's like, I had some extra time and I didn't feel like, I don't know, I felt like doing something, so there you go, Ancient's Pledge. Taking a looky look here. I guess I could have done something from a Merc too, but it's like, whatever. Like, the reality is that Malice is perfectly fine for him for for at least the rest of Act 4. Maybe I'll like make something else for him in Act 5. Like, would steel be worth it? I forget if you can even make steel with a two-hander, but that would give him some crushing blows, so I don't know. Yeah, it's time for Act 4, everyone's favorite 2-second act. I mean, not actually, but it is funny how short this act can be, depending on how lucky you get. Like, it's even more extreme than I would argue. Well, maybe it's not more extreme than Act 3, but it's definitely like it can be shorter. Alright, so we gotta get used to this. So I teleport them, I boil their blood, and then I heal them with the corpses of my enemies. By the way, I looked into it a bit. I say look into it. I looked at like some forum posts because that's a thing I do sometimes. And apparently the Bind Demon skill is much more insane than I was expecting it to be, but we'll get to that when we get to that, if I ever actually get to it, you know. So we boil these guys' blood, and then I go heal. And I boil some more blood. And then we heal them some more. And yeah, that's pretty good. Now it's nice having a way to actually heal them now. Imagine that. Very convenient, I will say. I was like, the biggest problem I was having is just like, I boil their blood and then like, what do I do there? I just kind of die, or I have to like run away and TP. I mean, with the prayer aura, it's not as bad, but you know, it's nice to have the option now. Kind of fun in a way. It really does. It's kind of funny how, like, in a way, it kind of plays very similar to Corpse Explosion, even though you're playing it very differently. Or like the skills aren't really corpse exploding at all when you think about it, but you're still kind of playing it in a fashion similar. It's you know, instead of blowing up dead bodies, I eat them to heal my guys who have already blown up. You know. Alright, we did not get the short way, it looks like, over here. So I'm going to run across here. Just Mach 4 over here. Alright, we're on the other side now. Because usually if it's on the bottom, like the entrance to the Cold Plains is on the bottom here. Did I say Cold Plains? You know what I mean. If the entrance is over on the bottom, then it's like right away there. But if it's not right away then you're going to end up running all the way to the bottom. Whereas, see? Yeah, it's over here. If it's on this side, where the Plains of Despair are, then it's much farther over. Oh, we got souls. Thankfully, they're not going to be as much of an issue, I feel like, because I can just teleport my guys to them. Hopefully. Oh god. We got the Pit Lords. Now we eat some corpses, give them all their health back. Juicy. Business as usual, as always, hey? Snooping as usual, I see. Oh god. Look at them all. But I can just like pop them. That's pretty nice. Oh god. The mana burn is real. Let's just drink a potion. At this point, I should just like stop being greedy about it. Hey, look, I got refill. I'm a genius. Like the potions are there to be drunk, but I feel like I always end up being antsy around that kind of thing for like the first, at least through normal. Once you get to hell and you can just buy the super potions, it's like I just start guzzling them down like crazy. Because at that point they're so dirt cheap, it's not even funny. I mean, if you're gonna keep dropping mana potions, I guess I'll just pick them up too. Alright. Ooh, skill shrine, alright. Boom, boom. And drink a couple dudes, alright. We're in pretty good stakes here. How much do I heal right now? I heal 32% of their life with this thing active. Plus it gives them attack speed and life speed. Makes them tankier. Gives them defense. I'm not sure if replenish life even works on minions unless they like fix that, but oh hey, Iswell's by the entrance. Wow. Couldn't have been any more perfect. Alright. How long does it take to kill Iswell? I don't know. Takes a while. Takes long, I'm gonna put a TP up. I'm out of mana, but I'm just gonna let these guys deal with it at this point. They got it. Cause like, look Iswell doesn't do any damage, man. Oh, but he dropped a Thulru. Wow, that is really generous of you, buddy.
Doomed, Iswell. I doubt it. You are pathetic.
Wambo. I don't even have an Ort rune now, but I have that. Good old Thaw. I don't know if I'm gonna use it for anything, but hey, it's cool to have. Fire resist 10 versus fire resist 13 and magic mine. Yes, please. We got 2 more skill points.
Hail to you, champion.
Yeah, if you want to shop for a good shield, or I guess I should say, if you want to shop for a socketed shield, you gotta go to what's her face? Farah in Act 2, because she can sell kite shields with up to 3 sockets, and that's like the you know what I mean, like that's the best you're gonna get, unless you want to look for a better shield. But like this is the easiest way to get it, because you know, if you want to get a shield with 4 sockets, you have to actually like find it yourself. But a triple socket you can just buy, and like, you know, much easier that way. Like, if you really want the defense and block chance, it's definitely worth going to find one yourself, but it's not exactly, like, easy peasy lemon squeezy to do that, so. Alright. Well, I can only put 1 point into Engorge. I'm almost inclined to save these for the Bind Demon, but I think we'll just, I don't know. I guess I'll put another point into Blood Oath, maybe? I don't know. Well, we'll put a point into Boil and then Blood Oath, because that improves Blood Boil's damage anyways. You can see that actually does make a pretty big difference. That's funny. Alright. We're making good progress. I feel like this character does so far is kind of suffering from the same problems that the Necromancer does, though, which is that Like the second range tainted summon does not seem particularly useful. In this case, it's not even strictly because it's terrible, but more so because like it doesn't synergize very well. Like when I teleport my guys, any taint will just stand there and block them, and like it does fire damage, which I'm already doing a lot of fire damage. So, and fire immunity is pretty common when you get to hell difficulty, right? That's like practically like a stereotype of the game. So that fire is like the hardest element to make useful in the higher difficulties because everything is doing fire damage. Right? Everything is like fire resistant. Because, you know, you are fighting demons. Big shocker. Now we get the Abyss Knights. These guys are pretty scary early on because they actually do quite a bit of damage, I feel like. It's another one of those enemies that it's like very easy for people to just be like, tee-hee, and then just die to them. That is actually so great to be able to just heal them, though. Like, man. That's crazy. Crazy good. Alright. Let's go look around for that waypoint while I kind of just schmuckle about. I could fight these guys, but however, no. Don't feel like it. Ow, okay, I have to go back on myself, though. Oh, my Merc died! Yeah, see? I told you. I get a little greedy and he's just dead. Because I just don't want to fight stuff here. I hate fighting in the City of the Damned because it's just like blocking. It's like everywhere you go, you're getting blocked by these stupid passages. Ow! Okay, I'm actually taking some damage here. Okay, well, we're in a bit of an impasse here, so let's do this. Just go boop. And hey, he dropped a potion for me. Perfect, alright. Surely he'll find the way soon. And not run around the entire city before finding the way down. That'd be crazy. Who would even conceive of something so sadistic? Oh boy. Am I really gonna search the entire city for the waypoint? There it is. Alright, fine. I accept the death. My Merc shall be revived. It's okay. We have plenty of money. I think it was worth it to not have to run around because, like, especially because, like, the bats are so annoying. They're such an annoying enemy to fight because, like, if you don't kill them, they run away, you know?
Hello.
And then they run away to the next group of enemies, right? And then the hags that just constantly spawn out dudes, and the dudes they spawn don't get experience, right? So, they used to. That's a classic grind method, is just letting them keep spawn dudes to kill, but that doesn't work anymore. Hasn't worked for a long time. Unfortunately, we got more over here, but that's alright. Alright, Merc, you wanna do some stabbing, get your prayer up? There you go. Nice and quick. How perfect. I always love how when you come down to the river flame, there's always like this little tiny area, like it's like the bottom of it. Doesn't go anywhere, but sometimes there's a chest there. God, this area is really hard to see in remastered graphics because like the fire is really bright, but then everything else is kind of like illuminated by it. It creates this weird shadow effect. Oh yeah, dude, they actually get shredded. Hey, a demon hide sash. We're starting to find those already. Wow. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My Merc is getting melted by these guys. God damn. What's he at? He's got 345 life. He's got more life than me, but like not enough to be a tank, I guess. What's his resistance at? His resistance is at 75 for poison. That's like the one I'd be worried about. But like it just goes to show how much damage those guys do. Even my Merc is just getting shredded. If I'm not careful. Alright. Oh wait, I should pick up blades. I just realized, yeah, I should be picking up daggers because that could be a thing. Alright, those can spawn Warlock stuff on them now. Except this one didn't, so. Like, look how dark the Pit Lords are. I can barely even see them before they, like, walk up to me, basically. Alright. River Flame. This is one of those areas that, once again, this is very maze-like. And, it can be pretty big. I think in health difficulty it gets pretty big, doesn't it? Or am I thinking of something else? Because, like, if you don't know, I guess I'll talk about this since I just thought of this, but, so Diablo 2 has, like, its dungeons, right? And, like, the dungeons have, like, different sizes, and there's a couple dungeons in the game, like, the Durance of Hatred, right? Where they get much bigger in higher difficulties, and that's because the game basically has a system in place where you can specify a size for a dungeon, and you can also specify per difficulty. Most difficulties actually don't change it very much, if at all. In this game, the Durance is like one of the major exceptions to that. But, like, you can freely change that at all, like, with any dungeon, basically. And, like, most dungeons are, like, dynamic and designed in such a way that you can just pretty easily just make them bigger. Honestly, this is one of those skills I feel like is mostly just fine as a level 1 skill, because it's like that 30% heal is like the big thing. Not that the other things aren't like useful, but like I feel like that's the big thing is like just healing them, because like if you're healing them by 30%, right, that's a lot, especially given how tanky they are. We're at level 25, so I'm not anywhere close to like. Let's not actually put a point to one of these, but I might put a point to a sigil or something. I don't know. Is that worth it? At least to get to like. I don't know. Because some of the effects here are pretty good, like reducing their attack speed, and like the attack speed here is huge because not only does it have their rate of attack, but there's a lot more monsters you might think of than you might realize that actually use attack speed for like casting stuff. A lot of monsters will just use a regular attack animation for casting instead of having like a physical attack. It varies, and obviously there are plenty of cases where that's not the case, but like for example, even as the player, the Necromancer's skeleton mages, their fireball attack is essentially just a projectile that like it doesn't actually count as a spell, so attack speed will improve their rate of attack instead of cast speed. Alright, I should probably just click on one of these before I accidentally click on something else like an idiot. Let's put a point to. Well, I don't know. I feel like Deathmark is something I'd want to like focus on all at once, because like, yeah, it makes them stronger, but like the effect isn't that major. But it does increase their crushing blow, which is pretty big. I'll just keep putting to Blood Boil for now. But yeah, dungeons can be like pretty much any size. It's actually pretty easy to just like, if you played say Median XL over the years, you probably remember the times when like, in some patches they made the River Flame gigantic in like higher difficulties to make sure you weren't just running past it. Among other things. Alright, now eat some corpses, heal them up, and bam, there you go. Man, that was nice. And like you can make some dungeons if you want really small, if you're really feeling it. It's not much to say because this is just the pure game part of the game, you know. Like there's barely any quests in Act 4, and you're basically just running around popping dudes. Like there's really not much more to say. There are a lot of unique enemies in Hell though. Like This is something, like I said, Diablo 2 is very good about this. I've always said this. Like, even in hell difficulty, or in hell difficulty, and even in hell, it's like, look at all these weird, unique enemies. Like, you got the pit lords that'll spit fire at you. You got these abyss knights that are like both projectile and attackers. You got the eldritches, which are like the moms that like spew out demons to kill. They're basically like child makers. You know, don't look into that too hard. But like this is that's what I mean. Like even when you're in like at this point in the game, it's like, man, it's like still just new types of enemies. There's a lot of unused random like assorted enemies too, if you don't know. Like in the outer steppes, there's like an unused, well, like one of the thorn beasts from Act 3, like the big wood dudes. There's like an unused red one. I think in the River of Flame, there's like an unused mosquito that's like, that, you know, is like fire themed or whatever, if you want to call it that. It feels like one of my goatmen always takes more damage than the other. Like, I wonder if that's why I think... Like, I wonder how Blood Boil works. Like, does it actually take from each of them equally, or is it like some sort of like weird specific thing like that? The Mega Demons are sort of weird, because I feel like sometimes it feels like they spit fire and it just does nothing. But it's like, it takes a second for the attack to actually start doing damage or something. But then, like, it does damage really quick if you let it happen. Because, like, you know, go watch a hardcore death compilation, and, like, you'll eventually see someone get killed by just, you know, the unique pack of the Mega Demons in, whatchamacallit, in the Chaos Sanctuary. Yeah, in the Chaos Sanctuary, you'll see the unique group of them just like surround a guy and just light him up, you know, and just die. And then we finally here. All right, that does mean we didn't run into Iswal, or what, you know what I mean, Festo. I always get them mixed up for some reason. Damn, look at that selling price. Boom. 22 to mana is not bad, but I really don't have mana problems right now, so... If I was a different character, maybe. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm a character who actually has mana problems, it's not a bad thing to pop into, but... Wow, this is basically the bone shield I had, except now it's a tower shield, which would actually slow me down, but... Oops! See, I told you! I didn't even mean to do it. I, like, moved my mouse down, but then I, like, accidentally, like, rubbed it too hard. I just wasted some money. I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been something actually expensive, but... It's always something I do by accident. I swear I'm bad at that, but only when I'm, like, sitting here not caring. Alright, let's go back to this waypoint. Now we're just gonna look off for any side paths. And we can see, like, for example, this one. This could be the forge, as it were. It sure is, too, actually. Uh-oh, okay, back off, guys. There's Hephaestus. Oh, God, he doesn't care about anything. Wow, even he gets roasted. He drops us that delicious Hellforge hammer. Hellforge hammer isn't even like a terrible weapon if you really look at it. Like that 5 to 20 fire damage is actually like reasonable in normal difficulty. They don't buff it at all though. I always thought it'd be kind of cool if they made the quest items like scale with you, so like they could actually be kind of useful if you really wanted to make use of them. I'm just teleporting my guys straight to like where all the freaking Hell Knight, well, I guess they are. I think they're called Hell Knights. What are they called? Like the the Abyss Knights, you know, the ranged guys. I just teleport them straight to them and blow them up because like they are so, like I said, they are so lethal. It's actually crazy how much damage they pump out. Oopsies, I think I was misinputting there. Well, that's fine. I was about to make the Charlie, it was a misinput joke. Oh, that's funny. Even if I wonder if that's new to Resurrected or not, because I set it to throw, so I don't melee dudes randomly. And even though I did that, it was still whacking it with the hammer. Alright. As they say, the time has come to hunt down and destroy Diablo.
Stay a
Alright.
while and listen.
Just put our gems away. This is a sort of like hodgepodge of gems I've got here. Alright. We actually got another Thelrun, that's funny. Ain't that how it always works? When it rains, it pours.
What do you need?
I still just have my basic fire resist amulet, because it's like, what else would I need? Do I even need this to get max fire res right now? I do, actually, huh. Supposed to make sure. I don't plan on teleporting much, but can actually be pretty nice for the part of the River of Flame where you're just like running up. In case you get a dead end. Alright. We're level 25, that's pretty okay for Diablo. I'm kind of melting him with my characters anyways, so should be fine. Getting the Abyss Knights in here kind of sucks though. Because they do a lot of damage and they're ranged. It's really nice if you can get like, you know, a bunch of monsters that don't really do anything to you across the river, because then you can kind of just take your time. But then you get like this group of guys and it's just like, oof, you know. And you're basically just waiting for something stupid to happen. You know, speaking of, well, kind of speaking of those mega demons, there's kind of a weird, I guess this is almost kind of related to my thing about unused enemies too. There's an almost unused enemy in the Outer Steppes where, like, if you run into there's a unique mega demon. I don't know if you know what I mean, like, there's a mega demon that only appears in the Outer Steppes, and they only appear as a unique enemy. But like they're not a super unique or anything like that. It's literally just as a normal enemy, but just they'll only spawn in if the game decides to spawn a random pack of unique enemies, right? I forget what the one in that. It's the Balrogs, right? They only show up in the Outer Steppes as uniques for some reason. But if it's not a Balrog, then instead it'll be a Pit Lord. If it's just a normal one. And like it's a weird thing. It's like they didn't want to have the Pit Lords be like super strong or something. Like I don't know how to put it. It's like some weird thing like that. Where it's like they wanted the regular Pit Lords to be a little stronger, but then they didn't want the unique ones to be too strong. So they made like an extra one that's a little weaker but used for the as the the designated unique. I pick up the circlet, but it's not really worth actually picking that up if it's not magic, unfortunately. Dude, look at this damage. Bam, bam. Oh, my Goatman died, though, because they're so stupidly strong. They just do so much damage. Alright, let's give him some heals. Even at this low level, they're still doing decent damage, all things considered, like, when you really look at it. A lot of that's the Merc, though, obviously, but, like, still, like, the damage isn't bad considering I've barely invested in them. Alright, let's go over this way, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of guys on the other side. Hey, what do you know? It's like I know how this game works or something. Vaguely. That amp damage is nasty, though, eh? Yeah, look at them all running over there. Get out of here. At least I don't have to worry about the most common problem with the mage versions of these guys, is that they get blocked by all the physical ones in front of them, so you can't hit them. It's less of an issue when I just teleport my guys in and blow them up. Get over there. Alrighty. Oh, beep bop boop. Them ones kind of stand out because I think they're like one of the very first enemies you run into that has immunities. In Nightmare difficulty, they're immune to poison. Which, you know, kind of sucks if you're a poison character. Because they're going to be all over this act. I think you can get a Chaos Sanction without Pit Lords, though. But, like, even if you do, the unique guy still shows up. So you need a way to get around that. Mind you, even in normal difficulty, I think the whatchamacallits... Oops, I just, like, re-summoned them. Oh, well. Even in normal difficulty, the like, barricades and stuff in Act 5 are immune to poison because, you know, they're literally inanimate objects, so I guess they just made them immune to poison because, you know, kind of makes sense. Alright, we cleared out that way, and I'm going to clear out here. I always like to do it like this so I don't, like, overwhelm myself. Alright. Because you never know when something stupid is going to happen. I have to run away, right? Alright, nice going, guys. I had to adjust my audio settings again, by the way. Like, I don't know what it is with the this is like a complaint I would actually argue I would make. Is that, like, I don't get what's up with the sound control in the remake. Why it's so weird. So I have all this down to 50 and I have this down to 52. Because, like, just turning... If I don't adjust these settings down here, then even though, you know, sound and music are up here, it doesn't seem to adjust it, like, all the actual sounds separately. Like, you'd think it would, but it doesn't. And I don't get that. Like, it'd be nice to have just one master volume. Like, I hate when games don't have a master volume, you know? Because, like, if, like, I figured out, if I turn it down through my computer, that doesn't pick up on the recording. The recording still treats it as though I didn't do anything, because that's on my side only. Jared Stone. Ooh, 3 to Frost Nova. Too bad I'm not a Frost Nova sort, but hey, that would have been cool if I was. Alright. Like, even without any, like, major damage, that stun they have is huge crowd control. Alright. We're gonna do this. Back off, back off, back off, back off. Spawn these guys in. Because this is probably, of the 3, this is probably the scariest one, because this is the one that's most likely to, like, they'll surround you and just gank your ass. So you have to be careful. But thankfully, it doesn't look like I can kill my goat guys with blood boil. Like, it doesn't seem like that can happen. At least yet that I've seen it happen. It doesn't seem to want to happen, at least. I've yet to, like even when I'm popping it constantly, like, it just puts them down to, like, 1 health, so. Alright. So that's good. It's always, which shrine, or, like, which seal opens up and unlocks, or, I guess, spawns in the enemies, depends on, like, the layout you get. So sometimes it'll be the front one, and sometimes it'll be the back one. Usually it's the front one that unlocks the enemies, but it depends. Lord Desay can be scary if you let them, like, surround you, because they do a lot of damage with fanaticism, but that's only if you're, like, if you're standing there and letting it happen, basically. Like, if you run into them when they spawn in, that's an easy way to die, so you gotta be careful about that. And it is unfortunately an easy way to die, because where they teleport in kind of depends on, like, which version of the Chaos Sanctuary you get, and, like, sometimes they'll spawn in right next to the seal and just, like, destroy you if you're not careful. That's why usually when I pop it, I stand way back. Alright, nicely done. Alright. We're right at the peak of the act, as it were. So go back to town, ready myself for hell on earth, as it were.
You, champion.
Except this isn't even Earth. This is like the middle ground between Earth or some weird stuff. 20 to life versus, like, a bunch of resistances, including gold lightning and gold vine. This is only giving me 20 to life, so, like, you know what? Oh wait, I can't use this. I don't have enough strength. No! I'm so weak. I'm so close too, actually. Well. And then this one just has gold vine. I don't need that. I'll actually keep that then, because I'm kind of curious about seeing what I can like, because I feel like getting to max resistances is a better benefit than just the 20 life. So I will keep this for now. In fact, yeah, with this shield giving me, like, once I get the cold resist from this, I can put on this belt too, which will also lower my life a little more. But then I'll get, you know, some. Well, I don't know. We'll see where we go. We'll see where we go. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do. I don't really need these in normal difficulty. Like, I like to collect them, but, like, normal difficulty is not a time for rejuves. You want to save those for higher difficulties, really. I'm, like, backpedaling on that. Here. Whoops, I always do this. I get it wrong every time. There. Trying to think here. Is there really anything else I can do? I mean, I guess let's go quickly look for a skill shrine. And get bishy-boshied here. Get bishy-bosh. There you go. Alright, where are the shrines? There's no shrines here. I got a bunch of waypoints that aren't near any shrines. Oh, we got an experience shrine. That's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, I'll pick that up, I guess, but I'm not going to use it very much. So, the resist fire shrine. Another experience shrine. Wow. No, well. What about this thing up here? Another well. Okay, well, you know what? We'll just grab the experience shrine. You know what? Screw it then. Let's get some juicy experience from Diablo, I guess. If I can even kill him before it wears off. It does last a while, but it takes a while to kill him is the thing. Alright.
Not even death can save you from me.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I just gotta kind of keep doing this, basically. See, that's what I mean about bosses being just like a real piece of work in this. But this is very safe, at least, if nothing else, right? And then he spawns in his stupid thing that just like melts them.
Not enough mana.
Okay, sometimes I swear it just like does not want to summon the extra, like another demon. I'm trying to summon another goat man here. I will say we are like kind of roasting him, even though it's taken a while. All right.
Not enough mana.
Alright, get over there, guys. Let's go. Oh, God! Wait! Don't... Oh, that's scary as a character who doesn't directly attack. No! I almost don't have to go back to town. Come on. Get him! No, don't die! Like, you're behind him, you idiot! Yeah! And we got the experience for all that's worth.
Diablos, he who blinds the mind, I see you.
Oh, yeah. Get out of there. Nicely done. Praise be to the lights. Alright. Well, let's resurrect him before we do anything else. Store shopping before we go back, though, because, you know, everything's going to be expensive in Act 5, so... Resist fire. Yeah, just sell that. We got Captain's Rule. This is like... For most characters, this is pretty mediocre, but I guess as this guy, this technically does give me some plus skills, and I can do it one-handed. So I can still keep the shield. But, not gonna keep it. Getting the battle branch is pretty nice though, because that's something I can actually like give to him. So that's probably better than this. 10 to 35. This does a lot more damage, and it's still fast attack and gives him lifesteal. Like, sure.
I'll put that to good use.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty nice find for a character like this. Like, yeah, it helps up my damage a lot. Okie dokie, artichoke. Oh wait, let's buy those potions again, eh? I'm kind of empty out here, huh? Boom. Alrighty. That's probably like one of the faster Diablos I've definitely had in a while, because like as a summoner character, you don't usually expect them to just like one-shot your guys every 2 seconds, you know. It's definitely a struggle. And then I have to like press and hold the button like 3 times to skip all the cinematics. There we go. Anything cool in here? It would be funny to just randomly see a teleport staff right here, eh? I also have to remember to look at daggers, because yeah, I could get something. Well, I guess there is a teleport staff here, just not the one I'm looking for. If you're here to defeat Baal, you must prove it. Okie dokie. Yeah, I guess that'll be it for this episode. What level are we? We're level 25. Trying to think, because I want to see what Bind Demon does. I've heard some crazy things about this skill, so I'm kind of curious, but I guess that'll be for next time. So yeah, see you guys later.